Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hara Haraya Nama Krishnaya Davaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Govindaya Namaha. Sri Krishna Hari Bol, Gopala Hari Bol, Radha Ramana Govinda Hari Bol. Jayo Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Welcome you all to the Bhakti Sadachar course, and this is week 6, and yeah, whatever we are learning in this class is based on the teachings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Founder Acharya for International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So today we are going to discuss about the formal Vaishnava Association and the summary of all the 5 weeks. Okay. Yeah. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Charayu Bhajana Anukulaha Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Prema Latikara Mula. Yeah, the dust from the lotus feet of a pure devotee give rise to devotion service, and the service to the devotee is itself the supreme perfection and the root of the tender creeper of the divine love. So, good in, good out, isn't it? The right association will always give you right thoughts. Okay, so it is always required to take the shelter of a senior devotee who is advanced in devotion service, so that it will help us to go further. Yeah, respect in Vaishnava society, Raja Maryada, Vidya Maryada, that is a learning, and Sadguya Maryada, I don't know this, Variya Maryada, Ashrama Maryada, Bhakti Maryada. So these are the various type of, what is it, the respect what we get being a true Vaishnava. Yeah. Uttamahai Vaishnavaha Habe Hirabi Manaha Jeve Sammana Dibejani Kanaya Adhinohana. So although Vaishnava is the most exalted person, he is prideless and gives all respect to everyone, knowing everyone to be the resting place of the Kanaya. Okay. The learned Brahmana, the elevated personality, he can see the supersoul existing in all living entity and he can relate to it. So likewise, he will give respect to all the people. Yeah, if one chants the holy name of Krishna in this manner, and he will certainly awaken his dormant love for Krishna's lotus feet. Okay, so we have an example of Haridas Thakur, a prostitute will come to disrupt his thoughts and all. But 1 or 2 days association with the Haridas Thakur, she'll turn out to be a great Vaishnava, and she will be a good example to the society later on. Okay, so that is the the benefit we get out of a true association. Okay. These are the various things in a day-to-day affairs. What we do is rising from one seat and identifying oneself by the name and offering the obeisances, offering worship, giving gifts, offering prasadam or drinking water, sitting place or a straw mat or clean the ground, welcome with folded hands. These are all the things whenever a Vaishnava come to our home. Okay. Yeah. So the rule is that in the presence of a higher personality, one should not be very eager to impart instructions, even if one is competent and well versed. So when we are going as a seeker to one guru or some senior devotee, now we have a more knowledge. So we can't. So you should go as a student mode, like you should be like a sponge who wanted to imbibe the knowledge rather than questioning their capabilities. It should not be like that. You should go as a student and take the knowledge from that. If a god brother, that is a senior devotee, is more enlightened and advanced in Krishna consciousness, one should accept him as almost equal to spiritual master. So sometimes we find not only our Siksha Gurus may be many people, our Diksha Guru will be only one. And if they are very elevated and they are good enough, then we should treat them with utmost respect as a spiritual master. Okay. The relationship between a god brother must be very genuine and pleasing, and otherwise the future of institution will not be very hopeful. So I just wanted some answers from the audience regarding, like, whenever you see an ISKCON devotees, how do they behave with each other? Hare Krishna. Please give your inputs.
They first say Hare Krishna and offer their obeisances, Mataji.
Okay. And do you see any sort of envy, jealousy?
Mataji, they are non-envious in nature and they avoid prajalpa.
Yeah.
They always recite the holy names of the Lord to the devotees who are interested in Krishna consciousness.
Any other input?
They always glorify each other, Mataji.
So we should always be having a loving relationship with the Lord. See, at the end, they are also a individual existing soul, and the Paramatma is residing in their body in the form of a soul. The super soul is there in the form of a soul. So somewhere we should treat them as our with utmost respect and all. So there is no harm in doing that. So that, being a true Vaishnava, we cultivate in our day-to-day effects. And coming to the Vaishnava Aparadha, what incurs to the Vaishnava Aparadha? Yeah, I wanted one devotee volunteer to read this.
Mataji, can I read it?
Yes.
Vaishnava Aparadha does not express joy in seeing the Vaishnava, not offer obeisances to a Vaishnava, hate a Vaishnava, blaspheme a Vaishnava, become angry upon or beat a Vaishnava, kill a Vaishnava.
Yeah. So various Rajasic and Tamasic responses, what we get by seeing a Vaishnava, it incur to the Vaishnava Aparadha. So we should not hate or blaspheme them, and we should be angry upon them, or killing a Vaishnava is a Gora Aparadha. Okay, we should not do that. Yeah. So what happens if you blaspheme the Vaishnavas? Rebirth, and again, so unpremeditated accidental act of sin or something, like we will be going to the hellish planets. There is no remedy for that. Okay. So whoever blasphemes Vaishnava fall down to the hell known as the Maharovara. Okay. So accompanied by his forefather, not only him or her, he or she will be taking along with them the generations to that hell known as Maharovara. Okay. So we should never try to do a Vaishnava Aparadha. Okay. Yadi Vaishnava Aparadha uho hati mata upayova chi yo tara chukiya yapata. So if a devotee commits an offense at the feet of a Vaishnava while cultivating the creeper of a devotion service in the material world, his offense is compared to a mad elephant that approaches the creeper and breaks it. In this way, the leaves of the creepers are dried up. Okay. Because in the very beginning of this course, I have told you, out of many cultures, the Vaishnava culture is very limited, and very few people are there who are practicing the Vaishnava Sampradaya. So in that, these are the people, the lifestyle they live and the way they do it and all. It is totally towards the liberation. They don't want any material benefit. They just wanted to serve Krishna and to be at the lotus feet of a Krishna. Okay. So blaspheming the devotees and doing a Vaishnava Prada towards the devotee is been compared to that of a mad elephant here, which is uprooting the living creeper. So that means we are taking out something from the roots and we are disrupting the society. So even if you insult a Kanaya, he will tolerate. So this you have seen in Mahabharata, this Kurukshetra war and all those, isn't it? If his devotees have been insulted to the core, like Draupadi or Kunti Maharani or the Pandavas, but he has taken all those insults, but what do you say? He couldn't take that insult, I mean to say. But if somebody insulted him directly, but Krishna has taken, as somebody told him a thief for stealing the, what do you say? He didn't steal, but because of the situational Shamantaka money, and there are certain other things, the stealing the butter, all those things. But Krishna will not take it serious. But if somebody is abusing and offending, or they are not treating well the devotees, then the how the war has ended and how he has taken, what do you say, he has given everybody's quota of mistreating the Vaishnava. Okay, so just like a big man, if you insult him, he may think, all right, let him. But if you insult or do something harm to his child, he will not tolerate. He will never tolerate. Similarly, Krishna is so protective about his devotees, he will not tolerate that. Okay. Haristane aparade tari hari nam tomastane aparade nahi paritraye. So the holy name delivers one who has offended Lord Hari, but deliverance is impossible if one offends you. Okay. If one offends a Vaishnava, the offense can be excused only by that Vaishnava, no one else. So here we can say you a story about Amrish Maharaj, since tomorrow is Ekadashi, this is particular to that Nirjal Ekadashi. Amrish Maharaj is a true Vaishnava and a great emperor, and he used to have a very peaceful kingdom, and all his associates were very happy in his kingdom. And one day, after doing the Ekadashi Vrata, that is a Nirjal Ekadashi, on the Dwadashi day, during that Parana time, he has to break the Vrat by taking a sip of water. Okay, during that time, Durvasa Muni will come, and Amrish Maharaj he will come and meet Amrish Maharaj. He says, yes, you are invited to our kingdom, and please take all the Atidhi Maryada, what I wanted to give it to you. So Amrish Maharaj, when he said it to Durvasa Muni, then he said, okay, I'll just go to the nearby river and take bath and come back, and we can have food together and all the Maryadas. Okay, so he'll be waiting for Durvasa Muni to come, but the time will be exceeding for that Parana time, and his minister will say, see, you're not taking any food and all, you're just taking a sip of water and completing your Ekadashi Vrat. So just take it. So when he was about to take that sip of water, Durvasa Muni will come and he'll become very, very furious. He treated it as a great insult that you're taking the food in my absence. So you have invited me, and this is a great insult. I can't take it. So what he does is he'll just pluck one of his hair and put it down on the ground, and that hair will turn to be a giant, what do you say, the demon, which destroy everyone and try to kill the Amrish Maharaj also. So during that time, the Sudarshan Chakra will come and kill that demon, and that Sudarshan Chakra will be running behind the Durvasa Muni to kill him. Okay, so Durvasa Muni, to save his life, he'll go to Brahmaloka and he'll ask for the Brahma to save his life. So Brahma will say, see, even I have a death. I don't have something like, I don't have a power or anything like I can stop this. So better you go to Kailasha and ask Lord Shiva. So he go to Kailasha and he'll ask Lord Shiva to stop that. He says, I am Bhola Shankar, and many times I just succumb to all wrong things by giving a boon to my devotees, and Sri Hari, he'll come and he will kill them and rescue me. So I don't have that much power. Only Lord Vishnu can save you. So why don't you go to him? So when he go to Vaikunta and ask Vishnu, like this is all the situation is, why don't you save me? Then he will say, you know, I can only release the Sudarshan Chakra from my hand. I can't take it back. So only if you, what do you say? Only if a devotee says, yes, okay, I forgive you, then only it will come back to me. I can't do anything. So he will understand what mistake he did, and he will go back to Ambarish Maharaj, and he will ask for forgiveness. So Ambarish Maharaj is so kind, you know, he don't have all these things in his mind, but Durvasa Muni is very, very adamant and very egoistic, and you know, so out of which he create all this murkier situation. So when he asks for the forgiveness, Ambarish Maharaj will forgive him, and he will invite him to his kingdom and give him all the maryadas which he has to give to that saint. So what I mean to say is, if one commits a offense towards Vaishnava, only if he excuses, then you'll be spared. Otherwise, Krishna will not spare that person. Okay. Next is seeking forgiveness. If anyone offends a sadhu in a moment of delusion and madness, he must fall at the sadhu's feet and repent bitterly. So, weeping and full of contrition, he must beg forgiveness. The sadhu is very merciful, his heart will soften, and he will embrace the offender, thus exonerating him from his offenses. So, knowingly, unknowingly, if you happen to maybe mistreat or offend a sadhu, so we should immediately ask for the forgiveness. So correcting Vaishnava. We should always remember that we recruit members from the people in general. It is not expected that every one of the members should be immediately to the standard qualifications. Some are in the neophyte stage, some are in the middle stage, some are in an advanced stage. Okay. The best thing for you is to set an example by your personal behavior and try to reform the others. Okay, not by criticizing, but by friendly behavior. So we should live in a society in a very idealistic way, so that other feel very inspired to be living to our standard. Okay. Hare Krishna. So summarizing what we have learned over the 6 weeks. So lesson 1 is about the general principles and application of the Vaishnava culture, the time and place, niyamagraha, that is to learn, and appropriate attitude to the application of the Vaishnava culture. So coming to the second lesson, it's all about the pranamas. Yeah, anybody remember how many types of pranamas are there?
2 pranamas.
Yes.
One the Dandavat and Panchang pranam.
Okay. So what is like what do we have to follow when we are receiving guests? Anybody remember?
We should be friendly to them.
Okay.
Even if we don't have anything to serve them, we can serve them by giving water and the place to sit and some friendly words.
Okay. That's right. So coming to the lesson number 3, cleanliness and consciousness. What exactly it is? Types of cleanliness. Internal and external. Coming to the kitchen cleanliness. Hare Krishna. So we should not be keeping the food, stored food, and we should never keep the offered food into the fridge. And ideally, we should have the food within 3 hours of consumption, and maintaining the purity of the food. And coming to the bar, different type of snanas we have discussed, fire, air, water. So different type of snanas, and 3 times a day for sannyasis and brahmacharis, and 2 times for grahasthas, and for grahasthas. And lesson number 4 is about the Srila Prabhupada Prasada Seva course. So after the kitchen and all, like how to prepare the bhoga and how to offer it to the Lord, what mantras are to be recited. In brief, I told you. And after offering, then what is the basic ethic, when we are distributing the prasadam, and guidelines for serving the prasadam and guidelines for honoring the prasadam. Anybody remembered what we have discussed? Yes, Racheta. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so actually, from the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela, I have learned that we should always be kind to our guests. We should always serve them fresh foods. We should, before serving the guests, it should be offered to the Lord.
Yes.
And guests are also compared to God because, for better hospitality that the Lord showed was really very transcendental. So that's what I've understood so far. Give them water first, then give them bittersweet foods, then give them the main course. And you should be vegetarian. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we should not touch the ground, should not touch other parts of the body. It should be clean. Okay. And whatever little we are taking, we have to finish that. We see that nothing is left on the plate. Okay. And yeah, that's what. After you eat, the plate should be clean and all. So lesson number 5 is Vaishnava recreation. What is the dress we should wear for Mataji's and Prabhuji's? Any particular dress code is there?
Mataji, may I go again?
Yes.
For ladies, we should wear saris, salwar, anything which covers the body with Vaishnav tilak. And for men, they should wear dhotis, dhota, or even if they're wearing Western clothes, they should cover themselves.
Vaishnava Tilaka Kantimala, these are the must. So
Yes.
those are the characteristic features by which you identify the true Vaishnava. Okay. So what are the benefits of a Vaishnava dress?
We can recognize a Vaishnava.
Yes, yes. Hare Krishna. So today's class, what we have learned is the devotee association, Maryada, Vyatikrama, and how to receive the, how to behave with the other fellow Vaishnavas, and yeah, if a Vaishnava Prada is there, what are the consequences of that, and how to cultivate the habit of forgiveness, and what are the corrective actions we have to take if we have committed a aparadha. Okay, yeah. I wanted one devotee volunteer to read this.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
People are attracted by seeing your behavior. They are seeing that all Europeans and Americans, they have adopted such nice Vaishnava culture. They are attracted from that point. But if we are not to the standard point, they immediately appeal, oh, they are useless. So that should be corrected. The same principle, apane achare prabhu, they should behave also nicely and teach others. Room conversation, April 5, 1976, Vrindavana.
Hare Krishna. So we should lead an example by which other take it like a standard measure or a yardstick, I can say. So they feel attracted to live a life like what we are living. Okay, that's how Srila Prabhupada, when he went to America, he could transpose many people life and can make a devotees all over the world. Okay. Hare Krishna. This is all for today. For the Vaishnava culture course. Anything, any questions?